All right, Coach Frye, here we are at the NCAA Indoor Championships. It's the culmination of the indoor season. You got 8 different chances to win national championships. That's the goal for every single one of your athletes. What's the mindset of the group that's here in Birmingham?
They're excited, and it's the national championship, and they're one of the 16 best athletes in the entire country in their event. You can't help but be excited. You got a chance, 1 in 16, to be the national championship champion. And all our kids feel like they got a shot.
You got some really good news on Tuesday of this week. Good news that teams don't usually get this time of year. You got 2 extra entries into the field that you weren't expecting, with Isaiah Moore in the 60 hurdles and Waddlin running the 400. Does that give the team kind of a jolt of energy, a boost of confidence to know that 2 of their teammates had good fortune and get to join them here in Birmingham at the last minute?
I think it does. But you know what? The big thing for us, the way I feel, is that the kids that are making it into the nationals, that made it here, if we had to begin the season and mark out who it was were our favorites to make the championship, we've got every one of those kids in this meet. So our kids know who ranks where versus other. Early in the season, Waddlin was one of the top 5 kids. She just had a bad conference meet. And the same in the quarter for Aaliyah. You know, if they go and have their conference meet over again, they were number 2 and 5 in the country. They're going to come here and have their possibility. They understand if they have their race, they got a shot.
You mentioned your 2 quarter-milers that run the open 400, Leah Abrams and Waddlin Jonathas, and then obviously they're back in the 4x4 as well, which comes in seated 2nd in the country, right behind Texas A&M. It was a thrilling race at SECs with the Aggies, and also Arkansas and Florida were right there. What do you do to shave off those last couple tenths of a second, make sure that you stand at the top of the podium Saturday night in the women's 4x4?
Dream, pray, and believe. Our kids believe in themselves, and they got a big dream. You know, if you hadn't been against them, you can't dream. But we had a shot, we ran against them, so there's possibilities, there's room for us. Our kids know they made some mistakes, and hey, we lost to them twice, but we're still ranked, and we're in the same heat with, we got a shot.
Let's flip over to the men's side. Let's talk about Jan in the long jump. He comes in seated 6th. His conference meet was good, but not great by his standards. But I know he's a big fan of the surface here in Birmingham. He likes the flat track. He likes how it's springy on his feet. And anytime one of your jumpers comes in with that kind of confidence that they feel good where they're jumping, that can only be helpful as he tries to win his first national championship.
Well, you know, he feels like that he had his best jump ever was last summer in Europe, and it was on the flat track. It has the Mondo surface, the same as we have at home, but it doesn't have that extra bounce that some athletes that may not be as powerful as he is have. So he has kind of an advantage in this facility, and he feels that way about it. And if you feel you got an advantage, hey, you actually do have an advantage. It's when you don't think you have an advantage. So
let's talk about your 2 individuals in the men's quarter mile. Quincy, obviously coming off of an SEC championship, he's seated 7th. Arinzi, a little bit like you talked about with Waddlin on the women's side, had a really good start to the year. Not a great conference meet, but still both of them are in the meet. What do you do to get Arinzi back on track and get him through to Saturday? And for Quincy, what do you do to find that last extra gear that's going to bump him from 7th up to the top?
2 questions there, but the one with Arinzi was hurt for 4 weeks, you know, after the time. You know, we didn't let people know. He kept trying to compete. But I feel like Lorenzi is now pretty close to 95% healthy, and his mind is healthy. He's not thinking that he's got to do something. I think he went into that mile relay with the idea that he's got to overcome an injury. And he doesn't have to feel that way here, and I think that's going to be an edge for him. No, he ran 46.1 early in the year, and then 5 weeks gap, where everybody else got a chance to continue to run and got better and got by him. So I'm glad the fact that he gets a chance to do his run. He's healthy, and who knows? We think he can go 45.5. And if he runs 45.5 2 times, we got a great shot. Now, Quincy's never been beat. I mean, he doesn't have the fastest time in the country, but every time he's faced anybody, he's won. I'll take my chance against somebody who hadn't been beat. I don't care how fast they run. If you beat everybody that's in front of you, the champion. So this chance, he gets to line up, head up, and let's just see, does he stay undefeated? And his attitude is, they haven't beaten me. I'm number 1 in the country. Some of them have lost before. I've never lost. He hasn't lost since his junior year in high school. So he gets a shot. So how much does he believe in himself, and how much does he believe in his faith? Because he has a great deal of faith. He's a prayerful kid. He believes in his faith, and his mama believes in his faith. So you can't hardly, I'm not betting against him.
You got Isaiah in the 60 hurdles. We talked about him finding out Tuesday that he was through to the national meet. I know a big thrill for him as a senior to be here at Indoor Nationals for the first time, be at any NCAA meet, period, for the first time in 2 years. And he's got a great shot to shave some more time off and be a first-team All-American.
Another competitor. I never worry about competitors. Isaiah, every championship track meet, has beaten people who have fast times. So Isaiah, I don't worry. He's going to beat some people, and there are people in the race who've never beaten Isaiah. See, when I got faster times, all he's got to do is do what he does. If he finishes top 3 in his heat, then he's going to go into the finals, and if he's finishes top 3 in the finals, then Gamecock's going to be happy.
Last one for you. You got a men's 4x4 here for the first time in a while. I know they're running in that first heat on Saturday, the slowest heat, but still, they've put together some fantastic runs, and I know you think that they can do big things even coming out of that slower heat on Saturday night.
We've only run the mile relay one time. Everybody else has run all season to get their time. We ran one time with a whole mile relay. Otherwise, we're running New York with a piece of a mile relay and run 3:10. We go from 3:10 to 3:05. What happens if we are run at Clemson? What happens if we don't? We run healthy at the meet and at the SEC. So our kids got another edge here. We're getting our second chance to all 4 of us run together. We don't know how fast we can go, and nobody else knows how fast we can go. We know how fast they've gone, and they don't know how fast we can go. So I'm excited. It can be won out of the slow heat. And so our goal is to go into the meet knowing that we don't know how fast we can go, and neither does anybody else. So I'll wait till Saturday to come before I tell you how fast we can run.
Should be an exciting weekend. I'll get started Friday night. Coach, appreciate a couple moments, and we'll talk to you again on Friday.
Hey, let's get it done.
Let's do it.